Welcome to Rack of the Week 165. It occurred to me recently that I don't think I've ever featured Joshua Filler on the Rack of the Week. And, you know, maybe he's more known as a 9-ball, 10-ball player, but trust me, he can play straight pool. I've heard him say in an interview that when he used to practice every single day, he would run 200 balls of straight pool every day. And he would just quit at 200. That was just part of his practice routine. I don't doubt that that's true. And he's definitely known as a shot maker. We're going to look at a run that he made about 5 years ago. This is 2019 Derby City Classic. We're going to look at 2 racks today. These are back-to-back racks during his run. Let's give a thank you to Dennis Walsh. This video comes from his channel. He's got a lot of great straight pool on his channel. As you can see, this is his sponsors, Diamond Billiard Products. Also, Red Shoe Billiards Bar and Grill sponsor, and Fran Simonis Billiard Cloth. Let's take a look at the run. Now, I've cropped the table, so we're only seeing the business end. He shoots 1 or 2 balls up table, but it really doesn't factor in. The balls are pretty much down table. So let's take a look at it from this break shot. Now, if I'm going to hit this break shot right here, it's just going to be a smooth follow stroke, medium firm. Joshua has other things on mine. No, that's pretty much what he did. Yeah. A lot of topspin on that ball. The cue ball kind of started to burrow through the rack, but it didn't quite make it. He's got a couple shots, or maybe he only has this shot on the 5 ball. And I want to point out something that happens in a lot of racks, and it is definitely the case in this rack. In my book, I talk about how analyzing racks, and I talk about a rack that needs to be rebroke, and then a clustered, semi-clustered, and open racks. But there's another way to look at them too here. I would call this semi-clustered. But here's what I'm talking about. 3 components you want to look at in a rack. The rack area. We've got 4 balls in the rack area. We've got break balls, 2 good break balls. And then we have perimeter balls. Okay? So that's a really good way to look at your rack. Not every rack's going to play this way, but many of them do. In fact, this is a very traditional, kind of a very common type of scenario that's going to happen. Rack area balls, you might have 1 or 2 break balls already in position, and perimeter balls, and that's the way to look at it. Your perimeter balls set you up for angles to get at the rack area balls. So you might get a shot on this 5 to go off the bottom rail up into those. You might split these 2 balls and then get a low angle on one of them to go up into these and have an insurance ball back this way. You might come around somehow to center table and cut one of these balls into the corner pocket to open these up. You want to do that with insurance, but that's a good way to look at it, and it sure seems that. Something at least along those lines is on Joshua's mind as he shoots these. Now, he could shoot the 1 ball right now really easily, but that 1 ball is a potential key ball, and he needs to address the problem areas, which are these balls. So he had a shot at the 1, and that's preferable to shooting a shot at the 8. That's preferable to shooting the 1. The 1 doesn't get you anywhere. You need to address your issues. So he's got a combination. Ooh, he hit that harder than I would have. I would have hit that softly and let that 4 ball just sit on the rail. But okay, so he's got another combination, and it looks like the 6. Yeah, the 6 ball goes in this corner, and he saw that early. So now that is the ball that opens up the rack area balls. Now you want to reassess. Same exact thing. Rack area balls, break balls, perimeter balls. So what balls set you up for what shot? And the theme of this week is connections. What balls connect to other balls? What balls block pockets? So the 9 ball needs to be gone, and then this ball can go in this pocket. So you might want to get a shot on this 9 ball soon. I don't remember exactly what Joshua placed, and that's not the only thing that you could do. And then also look at your rail balls. For example, the 14 ball, it can easily just go like this, boop, and it sets you up for either of these stripes in the corner pocket, or you can tap it forward, and then you have a shot on the 4. So your perimeter balls you use to set up for other shots that help you clear problems or maneuver through the rack. So let's see what he does. I don't remember. Oh, yeah, see, so if he has a shot on the 9 ball through this window right here, that's the shot. Because that 9 ball, because that 9 ball is blocking your break ball, and it's blocking these 2 balls from getting in this pocket. So, I mean, from where the cue ball was, he could have had much easier shots, the 14 or the 13. This is Editor Bob, and I got to stop the video right here to make a real quick point. I noticed something here that is a much better end pattern than what Joshua ended up with, and I wonder if you see it. I'm sitting here talking about connections. Look how the 11 connects to the 1. And that 1 ball is a perfect key ball for the 12-ball break shot. So the shot that Joshua just played, and maybe he wanted to do this, I don't know, but he should have come farther and gotten a shot on the 7. Because you can shoot 7-14, then those 2 stripes in the rack area, which set you up, connect automatically to that 11 in the side, and then the 1. Much better end pattern right there. As it is, he's got to shoot the 11 ball now, which eliminates the 1 as a really good key ball. Let's see how he gets by. So perimeter balls, you're finding the connections that you set you up for other shots. And now what's the key ball for the rack? He could break the rack with the 7 or the 12. Is the 1 ball the key ball? It's not a great key ball because it's kind of floating out in no man's land. If there was a ball on the rail here or near the rail, then the 1 ball would be a perfect key ball, but he doesn't have that. So right here he could... Well, he's kind of lost his market. What I was going to say is he could use one of these balls, I've talked about this before, as a pivot ball. So if the other 2 balls were gone, for example, right now, you could shoot this ball, and it's in the center axis of the table. So it's a pivot ball, and you could just draw the cue ball up here, and you're on your break shot. But he doesn't have that. It looks like he's going to have to shoot both of these stripes, because it doesn't make sense to shoot 1, come up and get the 1 ball, and then go back down and shoot the next one. So he's going to have to play good position on this 1 as a key ball. Let's see. I don't remember what he does. Let's take a look. Okay. All right. I remember now what he did. And this is one of the reasons why I chose this rack, because I did not see that. And even though I watched this rack yesterday, I didn't remember what he did. What he just did was super intelligent. What I might have been tempted to do is shoot the 13 and draw back, so then I could get a shot on the next ball and go to the rail here to try and get straight on the 1 on the side. And that's okay. But he accomplished 2 things on that shot that he just played. He gently nudged his break ball into a little bit better position and also gave himself a natural angle. So if you don't have your key ball here, this is the next best thing, because where is the cue ball going to go when you shoot the 13? It's going to go right over here. Natural position. That's what made that a really intelligent shot. So you can't help but get on this 1 ball from here with the right angle. You just tap it in and you're there. It's, foolproof. Gentle roll forward on this shot. Now, again, this time he's got a high ball, but again, I'm looking at this. A break ball is a little bit of a distance from the rack. It's not too close to the rack. And so I think you can shoot with a high ball, and the cue ball will have time to get to the bottom rail and come out. You know that's not what Joshua Filler shoots. He's played enough straight pool with Thorsten Hohmann, I guarantee you. And but this is not a draw shot. Watch, the cue ball hits the top side of a 13, I believe. Yeah. Look how fast that cue ball went up table. That wasn't draw. That was a power stroke, and that was just a center ball, and that was the carom angle that sent the cue ball straight back up table, a la Thorsten Hohmann. Now, look at the table. Look at the layout of the balls. Can you see the same pattern? Rack area balls. You've probably got 3, maybe even 4 potential break balls. Perimeter balls. Same thing. So he's going to maneuver, use the perimeter balls to get access to the rack area balls in such a way that he's minimal bumping of balls in order to find the way through the rack. So the 10 ball. And well, that was a little bit reckless. I don't know about that. He may have been trying to come to the. He may have been trying to come to this rail and come out, because you had lots of balls that go this way and that way. So that might have been a little bit reckless, but yeah, he's going to get a shot. Now he does something really smart, because this is the only problem ball, right? So I might be looking at a way to shoot a shot that bumps those balls open with insurance. But why do that when you don't need to bump anything? So he instantly look how much easier this 4-ball on the side would be as a shot. But that doesn't help you. The shot that he shot gives him straight in position on this ball in the corner, and then all of a sudden all the problems are gone. He shoots so fast it's hard to commentate. So again, playing position now for a perimeter ball, he'll probably shoot both of these balls, which gets him position on these balls that are open to this pocket. Okay, now he's going to take a look. Yeah, so he's decided what he's going to do, bounce out a little bit, and then he does something really intelligent here that I want to talk about. So the shot here is the 13 ball, and he goes on to shoot the 13 ball right away, and that's what I would shoot. The reason why is you have 2 break balls. If you shoot the 13, you can bump the 1 ball up, and it could potentially become a key ball for one of your break shots. The cue ball you can draw back off the 1, and you're either going to have a shot on this ball or on the 8 ball, which are the balls that you want to clear, because these other balls are your key balls that are above your break shot. This is your break shot. So that's what I saw, and I think that's what he saw, but watch this. He's almost down on the shot, and he's like, wait a minute. No, let's shoot that. And then he's like, wait, no, that's not the right shot. I got something better. This is all about connections. He's thinking about every ball on the table and what he wants to do. Let me get down on the shot. Can you see what he did? I didn't see this at first, and it's a much smarter play because he doesn't have to bump the 1 ball. So what is he looking at? The 2 ball is not a good key ball because there's no K2 across from it to set up to it for very well. It's in a good position if you played a stop shot on it for the 4-ball break shot, but you don't have a good K2. The next best key ball is the 7 because you can get a shot, maybe use the 2 ball, clear all these balls, use the 2 ball to get on the 7, and then you just bounce off the rail and you're on your break shot. Okay, that's another possibility. Joshua's noticing that these are the better key balls. They're closer to the break ball. So if you get a good shot on those balls, the cue ball doesn't have to move as far. But those balls appear to be really blocked, unless if you see the pattern. So what Joshua noticed is that both of these balls can go in this pocket after the 8 and this other ball are cleared. But here's what's the most important, the primary importance: connections. The 7 ball is the key ball that sets you up for the stripe and the 1 in this corner. That is what makes the change of his end pattern that he just did a really good choice. It's all about those connections. When I talk about rack air balls, break balls, and perimeter balls, you're using your perimeter balls to set up at the angles you need to make things happen. Those are your connectors. Those are your connections, those perimeter balls. And that's what he noticed right here. So instead of bumping balls, shoot the 5, draw back, shoot the 8, stop shot. Now, yeah, he's going to take a look. Yeah, he could shoot the 1 in the side or the 13. And he went and took a look at it, and he's still looking at it, because you could do that. You could go 1, and then let me just connect the dots real quick here. He could shoot the 1 ball, then this ball, then the 4, 7. The 7 connects to the 13, and then you draw back to here for your break shot. It's a possibility, but he notices something much better. Now, I talk about this when I'm talking about the key balls. I always say if you have a key ball into the side pocket here, you look diagonally across the table to find your K2. And he's got that set up here. This 11 ball goes in this pocket, and it's diagonally across the table from this ball in this pocket. So this is natural position. Super easy, very controllable. Same thing for the next shot. This ball goes up in this pocket. You look diagonally from that ball, and you have the 7. It's natural to go from this ball to this ball, and this is your connector, your connection that sets you up to these 2. I thought this was really smart, the way he changed his end pattern twice even. So this is very foolproof position. Your cue ball is just coming straight at that 2 ball. He's going to bounce off the rail to get on the 7. And this is a smart shot, too, that Bear's talking about. Because I always say amateurs get straight in, pros get an angle. Look at the shot line for the 7. The worst thing you can do is shoot that 2 and try and bounce off the rail and get straight in. Never try and get straight in. Get an angle, because you can get this angle, you can get this angle, and even this angle. And you can still cut in the 7, come off the rail, perfect for these 2 balls. If you try to get straight and you come up short, you've lost all of your position. Always get on the correct side of the shot line and get your angle. Okay. Now from here, he can do a couple of things, depending on where the cue ball stops. Because if the cue ball stops, well, actually, even from where it is, he could choose to shoot the 1, slide over here. Now he has the angle to shoot the 13, bounce off the rail for the break shot. That's just one possibility. If he's straight on the 13, he can draw back, get straight on the 1 and draw back or draw up here for the break shot. There's several different ways to do it. I'm not a fan of what he does, but it works because he can get the cue ball perfect. I've talked about this before. A key ball into the side pocket on the same side of the table as your break ball is good when it's parallel or past your break ball, anywhere in here. But when it's on this side of your shot line for your break ball, it's terrible, because you got to land absolutely perfect on that ball in the side pocket in order to get a position on your break ball. Well, it just so happens that he had a ball 2 inches away from the 1 and was able to get absolutely perfect. So for that reason, it's okay. But I would have preferred to stay on the other side. Now you look at him. Did you see him kind of motion and wave his hands? He was doing that because here's the parallel line, and with a high break ball that's close to the rack, you don't want your cue ball way over here. You want it on the parallel line, or even just a bit of an outside angle. That's why he was motioning and waving his hands, because he went too far. With a break ball that's high and close to the top of the rack, I'm going to shoot below center. I just want to stun the cue ball off those balls, and I'm not going to slam it. I just want to control the cue ball and not scratch. The other thing you could do is shoot with a high ball, because with a high ball, the cue ball is still going to hit the top of this 2 ball, and it might start going this direction, but your top spin is going to bring it to the rail and keep it safe. So one of those 2 options is what I would do with this rack. I think you can guess already what Joshua's going to do. Why do the good straight pool players' names start with J? Is that coincidence? Yeah, he's going to shoot with a low ball and go back up to the head rail again. And if you're Joshua Filler, you can just slam this ball into the center of the pocket with confidence. But no, this isn't the right shot. This is not the right way to do it. Maybe it's the right way to do it if you're doing a solo high run challenge at Derby City. That's okay. He's got a difficult position from it. So tell me now, what is the value of pounding that ball in and drawing the cue ball up to the head rail and back? He's got a difficult shot to start this rack. If he had done either shot the brick shot in either of the ways that I recommended, the cue ball probably would be somewhere center table, and he probably would have that situation of rack balls, break balls, and perimeter balls all down table. Instead, the balls are in a funny situation, and he doesn't have a great ball to start with. But this is in the middle of his run. He does get through this rack and runs 285. Head over to Dennis Walsh's channel and watch. Dennis has some great straight pool content in his channel, aside from Joshua. But it's a great run if you haven't seen it yet. And hope you enjoyed that. Remember, if you're going to play straight pool, play it straight. See you next week on Rack of the Week. Thanks. Bye.